Alright, I just finished recording the video of, like, the base tour video, of my main base in Subnautica, so now I'm just going to do a video of a tour around the Cyclops. This video is mainly just basically so that I know what to do when I'm trying to organise my Cyclops in my new game on Subnautica. So it's mainly just for my own purpose, but if you want, if you're not me and you're watching this video, then I hope you enjoy it anyway. But sorry if it's not that good a video, because it's mainly just made for me anyway. So yeah, there's the Cyclops is here. You can see this is like the parking space, so that's quite cool. And then yeah, so I've made it green, and it's called HMRS Terra 2. So yeah, got onto the actual go inside it. Sub goes in there, and so I'll just start the tour from this bit, from the driver's cockpit. Okay, so basically it's I can't remember what upgrades I have, but one of them must be the fire suppression system. So yeah, in the cockpit there's like useful stuff like a battery charger, fabricator, modification station, and a bin. And then there's equipment is oh yeah, it's just like some stuff, just like equipment that I just can get out when I want to. It's useful to have it there. And then this is for water, and that's for food, I think. And then what is this? Mission. Oh yeah, mission is just stuff for when I was getting near the end of the game. I think I was just putting the stuff that I needed to have, that I might find useful or need in the main storyline of the game. I just put that stuff in here so I could get it easily. Oh yeah, and then there's like some medical fabricators there. I put 3 just so I can always have them if I need them. Then the next section is the well, it's just a small room. Just got a bed here and some planters with bulbo trees, just so I can eat those by just cutting them down and eating them and replanting. And then a bed just to sleep. Then the next room is sort of like room for storing stuff that I found. So it's got, basically these lockers are just for storing random stuff that I found. Like this one is the only one that has anything, but it's got just some random stuff in it. There's no categorization in these, because categorization happens when I unload the stuff to my base, or if I put it in the in the bit at the bottom. I think it's called the keel or something, I can't remember. But yeah, that's what that is. These on the other side are basically kits for building bases quickly, so for building outposts. So there's Bioscan Part 1. I can't remember if they're actually complete, because I think I might have like messed up the stuff in some of these lockers before, like, because I thought, oh, I'm going to finish the game now, so I don't need this. But that was not very good thinking, because it would be useful to have this organised now, but I don't. But anyway, yeah, this is Bioscan Part 1, which must be, by the sound of it, just an outpost design that's like powered by a bio generator thing. and has a scanner room, or 2 scanner rooms or something, I don't know, probably 1. So that's for like setting up an outpost somewhere dark, for example, like deep underwater. There's not going to be much sunlight, so you're not going to be able to use solar panels. And then so yeah, part 1 just has some stuff. It looks like some of this stuff is, let's see, some of it must be to make a scanner room, like the gold and the table coral looks like it might be. Some of it's for making that the bio generator thing. Some of that's for that as well. You can see there's loads of mushrooms. That's just for powering the bio generator. Then there's support, I think, is basically just additional stuff that might be useful, but I wouldn't necessarily need, like scanner room upgrades and more mushrooms just for, okay. Okay, I'll just leave him to it. But yeah, just for extra stuff that might be useful. Like if I run out of fuel, I might need a bit more, or use those to make seeds or something. A lot of these kits actually have enough titanium to make planters in the water, which is what they're supposed to have, so that I never run out of fuel, because I'm always growing more plants to put in the thing. And then so yeah, that's what those are. And then there's Bio Sub 1. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, I think that's just basically for making a sort of small outpost that's purely for the purpose of charging the Cyclops, because then I can just basically put some bio generators, or like one bio generator thing, and put the power cell chargers in the outpost and power it with biofuel, which comes from some mushrooms, and then I can just recharge the Cyclops without having to go back to my main base. Then actually I'm going to go to the other area that's got some related stuff, because that's a better way of ordering it, because it makes more sense. So in the diving chamber there's more stuff of a similar theme. So there's moon grade 3 thermal, 1 scanner, and then just some lockers, and sun scan part 1, it looks like. So moon grade, I'm not really sure what these are actually, but I suppose this is just probably for building a moon pool, building and possibly powering a moon pool, just so that I can make upgrades, because then I can make an upgrade station in the moon pool and make upgrades for the vehicles that I have with me. Because you can't make vehicle upgrades from inside the Cyclops, so that's probably what that is. Looks like it doesn't power the thing though, so so I would need to power it with something else. 3 thermal is just 3 thermal power things, I'm guessing. And then 1 scanner must just be 1 scanner. I don't know if it has power stuff. No, it doesn't. There's nothing to power it. There's just the ingredients for 1 scanner room, I think. Empty lockers, and then sun scan part 1, which is, I think, probably supposed to be just for like making a sort of small base, like a bit of a base that like powers the like just making a thing with solar panels for something, but it looks like it doesn't have the right stuff in it, so yeah, for some reason it doesn't have the right stuff. But anyway, I could probably work out what it should have from that, so it's fine. Then So yeah, back to this room. So that stuff is for like making a sort of outposts and stuff like that more easily, because you can just basically, the idea is to just get all the stuff out of this locker, build part of the base, then come back to the Cyclops, get all the stuff out of this locker, build more of the base, and then build the planting station, everything. Then I have the outpost set up. I can just go around and do whatever, and then when I've finished, I just pack up the outpost by getting like the right stuff, putting it in this one, and then getting the certain other stuff and putting it in this one. So it's important which stuff goes in each locker, because then I know what I'm doing when I'm putting it away and where the stuff goes. It's important not to get my inventory muddled when I'm doing that, because otherwise I just forget everything that goes in here. I think I took... might have taken screenshots of it. Ah, yeah, that's actually really useful. Bioscan part 1 must be supposed to have that stuff? I don't know. Maybe. Then I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's not that useful actually. Anyway, then there's just a vehicle upgrade station. I'm just going to check what upgrades I have in here. Sonar, hull reinforcement, perimeter, storage. Okay. Then there's upgrades for each of the vehicles. So there's Seamoth upgrades here. I think it's red because of the fact that I don't have the maximum amount of upgrades I could possibly equip for all the types of upgrades. But the prawn one is green, which probably signifies that I do have all of the upgrades that I could equip, basically. Then general upgrades can go on either the prawn or the Seamoth. So basically the Seamoth upgrades are specific to the Seamoth, the prawn upgrades are ones that can only go on the prawn, and general is ones that can go on both. Gas torpedoes are in here, vortex torpedoes are in here, and then that's... oh, and then the last thing here is decoys. There's just like some decoys here to put in there if I need to. So that's all the stuff in this room. Then there's the back bit. This room is has some stuff. So there's there's charged power cells here, and then there are dead power cells in here. So basically the idea is that I just, when the power runs out in the Cyclops, then I just get the power cells out, put them in the dead power cells thing, and then get some live power cells from here and refill the power. Although there's a dead power cells locker here, you can see it's smaller than this one for charged power cells. The reason for that is, I think the reason I did that is because I have this locker which is empty, and I'm guessing that the purpose of this was probably to store dead power cells, but then I probably thought it's not time efficient to always have to get the live power cells from here and then go round here and put dead power cells in there. So that's probably why I built this, but the other one could still be used if this thing gets full, dead power cells. Then I can just move loads of power cells round to here, and then then there's enough space. And then, so yeah, that's what that is. But then over here there's just some like random acid mushrooms in a container. I think that's just for powering a biogenerator. Like, I can just quickly make a biogenerator if I completely run out of power, which, I mean, I can't see how that would happen seeing as I have that many power cells, but if somehow theoretically I ran out of power, then it just parks somewhere, make an outpost and then use a biogenerator to power some power cell chargers, and then like charge some power cells for the thing. So that's probably why there's all those mushrooms there. I'm just going to check what upgrades I have for future reference. Shield generator, depth module, sonar upgrade, and then engine efficiency. There's other upgrades inside of this locker. So yeah, these are Cyclops upgrades as well. This locker is just for Cyclops upgrades. Then down the ladder, there is, just open that. Okay, whoops. Wow, there's a lot of stutter on this. Right, I can't move apparently. Oh, good, now I can. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to show this area first. So, there's some plants here, as you can see. So yeah, there's ice, like just all these plants. I think the reason I did this was either for perfectionism or because of the last mission requiring me to pick up loads of plants. I mean the end of the game where I had to get something. But yeah, so yeah, that's what these are. These seem to be empty, although there is a kyanite one here. I think I must have just not made enough space for that in the other place, because I didn't know kyanite existed till the end of the game. Then on this side there's more normal stuff, like there's some stuff that's like normal stuff you would get, so like titanium, like so salt. I'm not sure why salt is here at the end, but for some reason it is. Then there's titanium. The blue signifies that these are like the same locker as a different one, so you can see there's a green titanium one. Then the blue ones have the same thing, so that's why they're blue. Then there is then copper, and then gold, silver, lead, lithium, magnetite, nickel, uranitite, quartz, diamond, ruby, and sulfur. Sulfur is not cave sulfur, it's crystalline sulfur, because cave sulfur is in the other part. So then on this bit, then there's titanium ingots. So this is the refined section. So I think the other section is for like stuff like that you just find, like minerals and stuff like that, and like raw metals, and like maybe raw materials in general. Whereas this section is for refined stuff, so like titanium ingots, glass, fiber meshes, lubricant, polyaniline. I think it's polyaniline. Yeah, polyaniline. Synthetic fibers, and then batteries, copper wires, computer chips, and wiring, and then advanced wiring kits, and then empty locker. Then there's a lot of empty lockers here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they're probably just, they were being reserved for some particular kind of item or something. I mean, like some category of item, so that they would be grouped properly or something like that. But yeah, then there's gas pods here, and then there's bleach, stalker teeth here, SO4TR, that is cave sulfur. I called it SO4TR because I couldn't fit cave sulfur on the name thing of the locker, and I didn't want to just put sulfur because, as you saw, there's already crystalline sulfur, and having two things called sulfur would just be confusing, and I can't just call it cave. so I just called it SO4TR. Though that's a bit confusing for me sometimes because I sometimes forget what that is. But anyway, then there's tube coral, yeah, coral tubes, table coral, gel sacks, deep shrooms, and then acid mushrooms, and then a fabricator here. I think that's more or less everything in the Cyclops, pretty much.